Welcome back to the Anime Den TV. This time around we're going to review the Final Fantasy Advent Children Square Enix Playarts 8-inch figures. Yeah, 8-inch figures. Don't mind me, I'm having a brain fart. So there's quite a few in the range. We're actually missing a few figures out of this range, but that's because the popular ones are always sold early and these are the ones that we sort of kept for ourselves. So these releases for the Square Enix Playarts Advent Children come across on these spring-loaded base stands. If I can just get him to slip out. We'll just put him down like that for the moment. So you can see they've got just a tension, it's just tension steel. It's got a loop at the bottom. The actual stands come in two pieces, so you can actually gently pull it out. You can see there's a loop in the bottom. It's just a sheath of plastic with the spring on the bottom and a very plaid generic black stand. So I mean you could use these with any of your sort of Square Enix Playarts or any articulated figure of that size. It's not necessarily, you know, designed to be just to the one figure. Because this is Kadaj. So, you know, obviously Kadaj comes with a sword. There's these accessories. So he does come with other hands, you know, like all Playarts figures, they always come with other stands. And he does have, you know, full articulation. There's 22 points of articulation, so there's, you know, obviously hip. Let's just see if we can get a bit closer so I can do a little bit more. So we'll just pull him back out of the stand for a second. Stand's probably the most tightest part on this whole figurine, and you've got to be a little bit careful on some of these figures because they've got a few loose points, and you know it could be very easy to destroy them. So definitely, you know, the waist articulation, obviously all the legs, the feet. It's only sort of, well, and there we go. So you see there, it's just a ball joint articulation on him, if you can see it. So you just ball joints in. But you know, there's articulation, you know, full articulation of the shoulders. There is an arm articulation. Got to be a little bit careful with these because I've had a few bad experiences with the Playarts. But you know, it's got knee articulation. It's got fairly good range on the knee articulation. It has got some swivel in the legs, if you can sort of see that. It's got obviously foot articulation. You know, hips don't articulate too much, but they probably would, but I'm a bit scared because, as I said, I've had some bad experiences. And of course he comes with a scabbard. One of the reasons why I say I've had a bad experience with these, we actually had the Playarts, what were they called, the bleach figures, and we actually broke one putting it on display. But you get a fairly good range. So there's of course Aerith. Yeah, they're very good quality figures. You know, they look very sort of game perfect. You sort of see a lot of people don't like Aerith for some reason. I thought she was one of the really cool characters from the video game, and probably because she didn't get a lot of airtime in the movie. Of course, there's Reno. You know, again, you know, very well detailed, lots of articulation. About 22 points of articulation on every figure. Again, I'm just a bit scared to sort of play with these ones a bit, you know, because they do tend to break. Yuffie, again, very nice figure. Again, very well detailed. You know, it comes with all the bits. All the figures come with, of course, multiple hands, multiple legs. Multiple legs. God, where's my mind? Yeah, very cool figures. I mean, I would like to have seen a more themed base. You know, something to say it's a Final Fantasy VII base. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to say, you know, who the character was, but just, you know, a little bit more themed. Yeah, it's just one of those things where, you know, it's got plenty of articulation. You can really, you know, create a very sort of action appearance with these figures. It's just I'm a bit sort of scared because the joints are very tight and I tend to be a bit too forceful at times and I have a tendency to break things. So I'd prefer not to break a rather, break one of these because they are getting harder to find. You know, every year these things sort of get a little bit harder and harder to find because obviously Square only does certain reprints at certain times. The one figure, and I'm just going to pull him out of the cabinet, he's actually not part of the Advent Children release. It's actually part, or this particular figure comes from another one of the Square Enix releases. It's still Final Fantasy related, it's just from one of the other games. Crisis Core I think it is part of. It's of course the Cloud Strife, and again he comes with a Buster Sword. They're very high quality. Doesn't come with the stand, which is a bit of a disappointment. And one of the things we did find with him, and it seems to rectify itself, was that at the time we first put him together, was the hand kept falling out of the ball joint. It just wouldn't stand. And the other thing too is, of course, he's got a double ratcheting knee, which the other ones don't have. And there goes his hand. Told ya. So that was the other thing, is that this one has a double ratcheting knee. So it is a slightly better quality figure. It's against about 28 points of articulation. So they are, of course, the current Final Fantasy figures. And we'll probably have more to show down the track. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.